Bye, Mason. Have fun doing tillage the rest of the day. Air and stuff, and then we will be covering the bunker tomorrow morning. It's a little wet, they said today, to finish. Hello and happy day. Welcome to Tractor Tuesday here at New Age Custom Farming, where we're highlighting all the different tractors we have on our operation. And today we are talking about the big dogs here on the farm. We are talking about our T9s that we have with New Holland. We have two T9 tractors and they are used for lots of the big jobs here on the farm. Okay, before we get into the T9s, we're gonna answer our questions about the T8s. We got our questions right here ready for you guys. How many of the T8s have the fast transmission, which is the CVT? I'm assuming there's. What's the difference between a fast and slow transmission?
Well, some of them are slower.
Okay, well, all of them have the fast transmission.
Right, hence why you don't know anything different.
I don't know. What are the pros and cons of using our T8s and our Meyer boxes versus straight trucks when we're doing silage? It's a lot easier to find help of people who can drive the tractors and the straight boxes versus, or tractors and the boxes versus straight trucks. So that's why we just tend to do that method versus straight trucks. Why do some of the T8s have 3 points on the back end? Most people order them with the 3 point. We use it to pull a 3 point deep ripper, but obviously they come without it, but that's why some of them do have the 3 point on it.
Side note, I really like the one without because it's really easy to wash.
Well, you haven't been doing a lot of the washing this year.
Don't throw me under the bus like that.
Just saying. Is the CVT in our New Hollands more reliable than John Deere? Yes, because New Holland is better. Duh. No, we actually, we haven't had any issues with it, and that does speak to the product that New Holland puts out. What's up with the 66 series in the shed? I don't think you can see it, but it's way back there.
Yeah, it's hiding over there somewhere.
I think for one of these episodes of Tractor Tuesday, we will either dig through some of the sheds. Avery's grandpa has some sheds of some old tractors, and then we have this one here. We also have our lawn ornament, aka the scraper that we can.
Grader.
The road grader, scraper, same difference.
No, definitely not. But
anyway, we might do some of the lost treasures on this farm, Tractor Tuesday, and we'll include that in that one. And then somebody asked what does the number after the T signify? So for example, with the T8.410, so the T equals that it's a tractor, 8 is the frame size of the tractor, and then the number is the horsepower. Now let's get into it.
We got our T9 645. It's a 2016. This is the tractor that we use for push and feed. So we got a grouser blade that's what this bracketing is for. It's a 6-way blade that we put on it. Pretty easy to hook up. You just pick it up and plug it in there and you're good to go. So that's pretty nice.
Pretty much any video you see of the T9 in the summer is it pushing up feed.
Yeah, so the blade pretty much stays on this tractor all summer long. It's a tillage, basically they're used for tillage, and then the blade for push and feed. So this, we've got 2 of these. We got a T9 600 we'll go look at, but that one doesn't have any of the brackets on it. But I don't know what the actual horsepower rating is, but it's around 600. It's in the wash bay right now. It's getting washed. So both of them have wheels on them, duals, just the same. I think they're 18-speed transmissions. They go 24 miles an hour down the road. Both of them, look at the back here. So these tractors articulate in the middle for anybody who hasn't ever seen one. That's where they turn. The wheels don't turn, but the center pivots. So It's got a, this one's got a 560 gallon fuel tank, something like that. This whole center piece here is a fuel tank, and actually these fenders hold fuel too, but the other one doesn't quite hold that much. So both of them don't have, neither one of them have a 3-point, but they both have a PTO, and they've got, how many is it? Six hydraulic remote hookups. This one we've got weighted down pretty good. We got all the weights stacked up there that we can find. LED lights all the way around it. Tires are getting pretty close to needing to be replaced. The bunker is kind of hard on them when you start spinning and stuff. So here's the other side of the center pivot system. So these cylinders push and pull. There's one on each side, and that's how it turns. And that's the drive shaft PTO basically. I don't know, we could probably look behind there. The def tank is behind this. This thing opens up, and then the batteries are in there. Everybody thinks the big tractors are hard to work on, but they're actually the easiest thing to work on. Everything opens up nice, and everything's metal. There's no plastic covers and stuff like that you got to deal with. So that's pretty nice. Coming around this way, obviously you can see the engine. They got that all up for washing reasons. Pretty easy to work on. And these radiators, actually, this radiator actually folds down. This piece folds down, and then you can wash them out really well. They take a lot of cooling. The main thing that these tractor companies run into for horsepower limitation is their cooling factor. So they can pump more horsepower out of these motors, but they just can't keep them cool when they do that. So having a big radiator is pretty important for that. And this one gets really dirty because of all the hay chaff that it's pushing. The screen is pretty fine. You can see it up there. Should probably fix this so it seals up nice, but sucks in all the dust, and that's when we have overheating problems. We can go up to the cab now. Here's a little better view of her. Like that. There we go.
So like Avery said, this tractor is used for tillage in the spring, and then we use it for pushing up feed when we are custom harvesting. So we've mentioned before, we do custom harvesting of forages for different dairy farms, and if they pack their feed in a bunker, we need to pack it down. So this is one of our packing tractors, and so we'll insert videos of it, but it goes up and down the feed all day long, making sure it's packed down before the dairy farmers cover their bunker, and then use that feed to feed their cattle all year long. So it's a big heavy tractor because we need to pack that feed down really tightly, so it's good feed quality for the cattle then.
Yeah.
And then fall tillage as well.
Yep. I think it weighs right around 60,000 pounds. I could be a little off on that, but
so we'll use it. Yep. So we'll use it for 4 crops of hay. Depending on if the farm has a bunker that they need to hire us to use it to pack. Otherwise, we pack our own with it, and then corn silage as well.
Yep. It can be put on a grain cart. That has happened before too.
It has?
Yep.
I want to be the one driving this with the grain
You've
cart.
been in it when it was on the grain cart.
I have?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, let's show the cab,
Yeah,
shall we?
the cab's the same as every other tractor. They're all pretty much the same. I will say,
Just a little
they're
roomier.
starting to put it in the new ones. The foot pegs down here, definitely.
Doesn't work out for a shorty like me, but
Right, definitely a game changer though. Those are really nice to have.
but this is same. Take it out of park, forward, reverse, auto steer, rev it up. Your bunny and your turtle to shift.
Yep. It's got auto steer on it, Bluetooth radio, and this one actually we've got a see it right there. We got a light bar on it because when the blade is on the blade is on the front of the tractor, it blocks the lights.
Yep. PTO.
Here's a little
Hydraulics.
fuel tank too. That whole center piece is a fuel tank, and then these fenders are hold fuel also. So, and actually, in these tractors, the gas pedal actually, that's a decelerating pedal. So when you're wide open, when you go to the headland to turn around, you push that down, and it slows you down a little bit for when you're turning around, and then you let your foot off of it, and it takes back off, and you can keep the throttle wide open then.
This tractor produces a lot of power, but then it also, the stuff that it does takes a lot of power. So
Correct.
We have one other one on the farm, so we will go check out that one. Big dog, even bigger dog here on the farm. Yeah. And the littlest dog. We have an exciting announcement as we prepare for the National Farm Machinery Show in a few weeks. We are giving away 2 sets of 2 tickets to the championship tractor pull on Thursday night, so you can watch the big old T8 Tomcat hit the track. New Holland is partnering with us, and here is the official contest rules. So, like I said, we are giving away 2 sets of 2 pulling tickets for Thursday night at the National Farm Machinery Show, and to enter, you have to follow Elsing Family Pulling Team on Facebook, subscribe to our New Age Custom Farming channel on YouTube, follow New Holland North America on Instagram, and then comment on wherever you are seeing this video what you are most looking forward to at the National Farm Machinery Show this year. And from there, we will choose 2 winners to be able to go to see the championship tractor pull. The contest will close on Tuesday, February 4th at midnight. So you have until Tuesday, February 4th at midnight to enter, and then we will select 2 winners. And then we will give away the tickets at our meet and greet that we are doing at the New Holland booth at the National Farm Machinery Show on Thursday from, I believe, 2:30 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. So that is where you'll get your tickets if you win. Are you ready to see some pulling action?
I'm ready. I'm fired up.
So go comment what you're most looking forward to at the National Farm Machinery Show, and we will see who wins.
Peace.
So we have the boom out for counterweight. Thank goodness it's still dragging back there. Keep going. Woo! There we go. So if you watch really closely down here by where the tires are and where it's going over the alfalfa, you'll see how tightly it actually is packed. And that's the whole point, is to make sure that there's not any space, not any fluff that you would see. Like, obviously this is really fluffy right here, not packed down at all. And that is packed down super good, making it so that there's not much air and stuff. And then we will be covering the bunker tomorrow morning. We always use a T9 as our packing tractor, so we have this T9, and then we have another one. Actually, you can't really see it, but it's up there on one of our discs. But the T9 is what we use for this because it has lots of horsepower and it's our heaviest tractor to really pack it down tight. So this is the other T9 we have on the farm. It's a T9 600. Now, Avery, which T9 do we use more often?
Well, Roland drives both of them.
So it's a one-man show between the two tractors?
For the most part. For the most part, Roland drives both of them. But
Dalton drives one packing tractor, at least here, usually.
Yeah, other people drive. I would say the other one gets used a lot more because it's on the blade. This one kind of sits all summer long, except for when we are harvesting wheat, and then we have to till in that wheat ground and seed it down. That's when this one gets used for tillage and that one doesn't. But this one was actually spec'd out for a scraper tractor. So like the tractors that pull like the scrapers that scrape up dirt and move them on construction sites.
Oh.
So it's got different tires on it, and then it's kind of more bare bones. It doesn't have many of it's not like a luxury cab and stuff you can see will go up in the cab, but it's a cloth seat. And the cab doesn't have as good of a suspension on it, so it doesn't quite ride as nice, according to Roland. I don't really notice a difference at all, but
the biggest struggle is the door.
So you want to know the trick?
Yeah.
Take your right hand, push down on it hard, whichever thumb can push down harder. Now take your other hand and smack it up by the latch.
This latch or this latch?
The one up there, yeah.
You're gonna have to see. The thing is when I host farm camp here at the farm, we always have this tractor sitting out for the kids to play on and like be able to play around, because the door is so tight that they can't open it up because we don't want them to go into the cab. But it's also Emily proof too.
Right.
You're gonna have to get this one.
We'll do the outside first here. So the front of the other one has a grouser on it. This one has a weight's out here, and then under the belly, this whole thing here is a weight also. And then there's actually little storage boxes in here that you can put your lunch in if you want it to get dusty. Other than that, I'm pretty sure we might have put a fuel pump on this one at one point. So it got
some more horses? Yeah,
it got the same fuel pump the other one has, and everything else is the same. So I think it's got just as much horsepower as the other one. Other than that, everything should be the same on it. I'll go open the door.
Sorry, I'm too weak.
It's literally the exact same thing, except this one has a cloth seat, and the decelerating isn't a pedal, it's just a little button on the floor. Oh, and this one only has 4 remotes for hydraulics. The other one's 6, right? The other one's 6. They take this little holder out, and there's 2 more up here. Oh, and this one doesn't have a PTO. I forgot about that. No PTO on this one. So this one's just a pulling horse. That's all she is. But
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. The only thing that we're running into with this one when we do tillage is this one doesn't have the extra fuel saddle tanks in the fenders. So you can't go a full day of tillage without getting fuel, which for the tillage guy Roland that runs it,
he likes to go sun up to sundown.
That's like his. I think when he dies and goes to heaven,
it's gonna be in a tillage tractor.
He's gonna land in a tillage tractor, I think. So it drives him nuts that he can't go all day without filling up with fuel, because usually in the fall the combine crew has the fuel tanks, and he kind of gets us stranded without fuel.
Well,
so
maybe I'll be nice some days next fall and bring in lunch and some fuel.
Or we could give him the fuel tank and you could bring me lunch and fuel.
Yeah, that do.
Now we're looking at setting up another fuel tank. We'll see. We've been talking about that for like 5 years though, so.
And that is our tour of our T9s here on our farm. As always, let us know what questions you have about our T9s, and we will answer them in the next Tractor Tuesday video. I don't know, Avery, do you think the next Tractor Tuesday we should do the T8 Tomcat before we head to Louisville and Tractor Pull?
If we can make it down there in time to do it.
That, or it might be the week of actually the National Farm Machinery Show, and We're actually going to be set up in the New Holland booth at the National Farm Machinery Show with the tractor. So maybe we'll do a whole walk around of their booth, Tractor Tuesday, crank it out for you guys then. So next week, let's talk about combines.
Good. Whatever you want.
We'll see. We'll surprise you next week. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this week's episode of Tractor Tuesday. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.